Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has been in development for a long time. In this video, let's take a look at what has been improved from the past to the present in Sparking Zero. I've gathered all the improvements for you in this video. First, we noticed an improvement in Vegeta's model. In the first announcement trailer we were shown, we saw that the face model was not yet complete. Over time, we can see that the face model is much better. It really is just as it should be. In the first trailer we watched, the camera was incredibly dynamic during Vanish Attacks. After months, the camera settings during these Vanish Attacks have been improved. This time, it's much more stable and just as it should be. We really liked this improvement. Next, something that has always caught my attention is this. In the first trailer, we saw rival characters performing Vanish Attacks. Naturally, it was emphasized that it was still in the development phase. After the characters performed their hit animations, the animation wasn't fully complete. In other words, there was a noticeable lack of frames. Months later, they shared a video on their social media accounts. In this video, we see that Goku's hit animation is now completely finished. The frame issue is almost gone, and transitions are much smoother. This was one of the important improvements. Fourth, improvements were made to camera dynamics. In Sparking Zero's first gameplay video, the camera was overly dynamic during the characters' collisions. Over time, we see that this has been improved in the demo versions. The camera is now more stable compared to before, making the gameplay much smoother. Returning to the first gameplay video, another improvement catches our eye. Let's examine a character's continuous attack sequence. When Goku was performing his continuous attacks, he suddenly sped up. Here we can talk about inconsistency in the animation. This issue was not present in the demo versions, so there is definitely an improvement here. There are quite a few improvements on Goku. One of them is the correction of excessive lighting. When we compare two images, we see that a much better lighting adjustment has been made. Such changes are really important. It looks much clearer and more defined, which is great. There is also an improvement in Goku's God form. When we compare the old and new versions, you can clearly see the difference. The new version looks amazing. This change was also a necessary one. Goku now gives the proper look in his victory pose. You can achieve this victory pose after his ultimate attack. Sparking Zero continues to improve in a way that is very faithful to the series. We catch most of the improvements on Goku. In Goku's Dragon Fist animation, one of his eyes was not fully visible. In the new version, we can now see both eyes in the animation. This was a point that needed to be fixed. There were also issues with the victory pose of this form. In the old victory pose, there was an expression that we really didn't like. In the new victory pose, there is an improvement that we can say is slightly better. And once again, there is an improvement in the lighting. Goku's hair has been adjusted from orange to a slightly more yellowish tone. It really is the way it should be. It looks fantastic. In games, it's common to see clothes clipping through the body. We saw this in Sparking Zero's old images. However, we can see that they've made improvements to minimize this issue. It's really impressive. Lastly, another improvement I noticed is in the lighting and color palette adjustments. When comparing the old and new trailers, we can see that the colors have changed. I've compiled all the improvements in this video. Feel free to share any improvements you've noticed as well. There's only a short time left until Sparking Zero's release. See you in the next videos!